Hi, I'm RacQuelle from MHFamilyAdventures, and I am currently sailing on board the world's newest ship. I was going to say largest ship, but it's not. The world's newest ship, Utopia of the Seas, as part of the second inaugural, or the 4-day inaugural cruise that's happening here July 2024. So I'm going to give you guys a quick first impressions review on my thoughts on Utopia of the Seas. All right, let's start with embarkation. So embarkation, Royal Caribbean, they always do this right. It was such a breeze getting through the terminal, through security, and on the ship. So I would say from the point that I got into the line and got on the ship, it was less than 10 minutes. So expect a quick, fast embarkation. And speaking of embarkation, getting to the cruise terminal was a breeze thanks to our sponsor, Cruise Control Transportation. They provide transportation from Orlando area hotels as well as Orlando Airport itself and Cocoa Beach area hotels to Port Canaveral. If you guys are flying into Orlando, you know it's a 45-minute drive. But with Cruise Control, it's going to be a quick, safe, air conditioned ride for $25 per person each way in a shared shuttle that has no more than 10 people. You can save 10% by mentioning code MHFAM. Be sure to check out Cruise Control. I'll include their information in the description. But getting to the terminal was a breeze because we used Cruise Control. There was no line, no wait. It was quick and easy getting to the cruise terminal. Highly recommend Cruise Control. All right, and so as I said, this is the newest ship with Royal Caribbean. Now, I know some of you guys are thinking, now, is this as nice as Icon of the Seas? And I have to tell you, this is not Icon of the Seas, and it wasn't designed to be Icon of the Seas. This is an Oasis class ship. So if you think of Oasis of the Seas, Symphony of the Seas, Wonder of the Seas, this ship is almost identical to some of those other Oasis class ships. So you can expect some of the same features, venues, restaurants, entertainment, and things as you would find on a typical Oasis class ship. But the difference that you're going to see on board this ship is that it is designed for those short cruisers in mind, those short cruisers that just want to get on board, have a great time, party, have fun, drink, relax. So this is kind of turning into Royal Caribbean's party ship. I will say that I do still find this ship to be very family friendly. And if you catch our vlogs, be sure to follow us on YouTube because I will have a daily vlog from our experience on board Utopia of the Seas and sharing with you guys some of the things that you can expect as a family, traveling with teens, traveling with special needs, traveling with just anyone. So be sure to follow us for that. But this ship is designed for those who want to come out and party. And that's why it's called like the biggest weekend at sea. And that's like the slogan that Royal Caribbean is using for this particular ship. So be prepared to have some nonstop fun. Sounds like it's happening more on the 3-day sailings and the 4-day sailings, but in your cabin, you'll get a list of some of the activities that'll happen late into the evening for those of you who like that party atmosphere. But as far as the ship layout itself, it is beautiful. It is extremely beautiful. It has several pools. If you go up to deck 16, deck 15, you're going to have 4 different pools. You're going to have several different jacuzzis. You're going to have Splash Away Bay. You're going to have huge water slides. You're going to have all those fun amenities that families, teens, adults, everyone tends to love on Royal Caribbean. If you go further toward the forward of the ship, you're also going to run into the adults only solarium. Now, the adults only solarium is only available for those who are 18 or older. But guys, this is probably my favorite spot of the ship. So absolutely love the design of the solarium on the ship. It is phenomenal. And then if you go toward the aft of the ship, you're going to find more family fun. You're going to have your Playscape, where you're going to have an area designed for like toddlers and young children, where they can climb and play and have fun, go down the slides. You're also going to have your mini golf course. You're going to have the largest dry slide at sea. You're also going to have things such as your basketball court. You're going to have your flow rider. You're going to have all of these fun activities for everyone. So the layout of this ship, the things that they included, I would say is definitely top notch. When you get into the inside of the ship, there's also some other things that you may recognize from other Oasis class ships. Some being a Studio B, which is going to be your ice skating rink. They're going to have Studio B. You can enjoy ice shows. They have ice shows twice on a 4-night cruise. So be sure to make your reservations in advance. But you're going to have the ice shows. You also have the karaoke. If you enjoy karaoke, they have family karaoke as well as adults only karaoke. You have the Attic, which is going to be your adults only comedy show. And then you also have two of my other favorite spots on board the ship. You have the boardwalk. Now, the boardwalk was designed for families in mind. You have a carousel. Now, this is complimentary. It's open certain times throughout the day. You can go to the carousel and enjoy that. You have a hot dog stand that is complimentary. You have an arcade on the ship. You also have your aqua theater. And guys, let me tell you, you do not want to miss the aqua show on board Utopia of the Seas. It is called 1982. And guys, the playlist, I'm definitely going to have to download all those songs and add to my own playlist. But the songs were amazing. The performers were amazing. The divers, guys, do not miss that show. But yeah, you have the boardwalk. And you also have the area that I'm currently sitting in right now, which is Central Park. I absolutely love Central Park because it's such a serene, calm spot to go sit and relax. You can read a book, maybe get some work done. There are several different dining venues located here as well. So the ship itself is beautiful. Oh, we can't forget the main theater. So there is a new show on board Utopia of the Seas, and I personally found it to be, I'm going to rate it probably a 9 out of 10. There was a bit of technical difficulties on the sailing, but overall, the performers can sing, they can dance, and the show was very entertaining. Also on board, you're going to find a spa. Now, I did not get an opportunity to spend any time in the spa, so definitely check that out if you are a spa lover. They have different treatment options available for you. But I did get a little bit of time. I was able to spend a little bit of time in the adults casino, or the casino. It's only for adults. They do have a non-smoking casino as well as a smoking casino, which I appreciated the non-smoking casino. But nice size areas. Absolutely love Royal Caribbean's casinos, and they do have a really nice casino program if you are a casino player. And of course, I cannot forget one of the areas that Royal Caribbean is well known for, and it's its promenade. So on the promenade, you're going to find your guest services, you're going to find your shore excursions desk, you're going to find your next cruise desk, you're going to find the complimentary Sorrento's Pizza, Cafe Promenade, and all of your shops and things right there in the promenade. It is a popular area for people just to sit and people watch. You're also going to find on the promenade, that's where they're going to have some of the themed parties and activities in the evening. So definitely check out the promenade area. It is quite a sight to see here on Utopia. Now, it's not as wide or as big as the one on Icon of the Seas, but it is still a really nice promenade. So ship layout, ship design, I'm going to rate it, I'm going to say a 9 out of 10 as well. My only, and this is just a personal preference, the one thing that I don't care for as far as the layout of the ship would be how, like right now I'm sitting in an open area. So the upper deck, there's not a space for like sail away party. The sail away party seem very segregated because you have this side of the ship, this side of the ship, and then in the middle you have the boardwalk and Central Park. So there's really not a common area outside of the aqua theater where you can gather everyone to have like a deck party before sail away. So I don't care for that design, but again, it's still a beautiful ship. Really no complaints at all about the ship. So the food. Now this is where it gets a bit dicey for me with the food. There are lots and lots of food venues on board. So some of the things that are included with your cruise fare, you're going to have the main dining room, which you can dine at for breakfast as well as dinner. You'll have either set dining time. For this sailing, it was 5 p.m. and 7:30 p.m., or you can do anytime dining. So you have the main dining room. You have the Windjammer Buffet, which is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You have Promenade Cafe, which offers complimentary bites, sandwiches, coffee, things like that. You have Park Cafe, which I absolutely love. They have a salad bar, they have sandwiches, they have breakfast food, they have all kinds of things here at Cafe Promenade. You also have the Salarium Bistro, which is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. For breakfast and lunch, it is just an extension of the Windjammer, but for dinner, I had it last night actually, and they serve a Mediterranean menu, and guys, 10 out of 10 recommended. It's complimentary. Reserve it once you get on board. It is extremely tasty, and I might go there again tonight. But yeah, so there's lots of complimentary options available, which I absolutely love about Royal Caribbean. But I do have to say, one of the areas that I was really disappointed in, one of the specialty dining venues, was the Mason Jar. We dined in the Mason Jar for brunch on Embarkation Day, just to do something different for Embarkation Day. And I have to tell you that we were highly disappointed in the quality of the food, the taste of the food. I personally would not recommend it, but I would say give it a try for yourself because my taste buds are different than yours. But I would rate Mason Jar probably a 2 out of 10. And I would only give it a 2 because the pimento cheese was really good. Also, some other options that we've tried since we've been on board that are upcharges. I did dine right over here at Sushi in the Park, or it's not called Sushi in the Park. I have to look over. It's called Izumi in the Park. Izumi in the Park is really, really tasty. My only complaint about that was that the portion size was kind of small for a regular or a standard sushi roll, but it was really tasty. I would absolutely try Izumi in the Park again. We also had Izumi hibachi for dinner one night. And if you guys have ever done hibachi on a ship or hibachi anywhere, you know it's very entertaining, high energy. Food was extremely tasty. And I think I found my favorite dessert at sea. I say this every time I find a really good dessert, but it's probably going to be the best molten lava cake or chocolate cake that you've ever had at sea. Guys, it definitely beats Carnival. So the other specialty dining options that I've had were really good. Now, I will say the Windjammer. The Windjammer is a very popular buffet across all cruise ships. They offer a wide variety of options. I will say that the food overall in the Windjammer has been pretty good. I would probably rate it a 7 out of 10. They're going to give you lots of different options for breakfast. You're going to have made to order omelets. You have a bakery there with all kinds of baked goods. And then for dinner, it's kind of an extension of the main dining room. So they'll have some of the main dining room options, as well as some of your traditional things like burgers and pasta. They will also do a theme night. So last night was Caribbean night. Well, they'll have Caribbean themed food, but I would rate the Windjammer probably a 7 out of 10. It's good food. It's nothing, extravagant, but it is good food. You're going to find something there that you like, and it's tasty. Now, I will have to say Sorrento's Pizza, I have not tried on this ship yet, but my son Dice tried it, and he said that it does not compare to other ships. He found, if you watched my Icon of the Seas vlogs when I was at Hideaway Beach, which is Royal Caribbean Perfect Day at Coco Cay's adult only area, I did not care for the pizza there. Sounds like it's probably the same pizza where it has a really sweet sauce. So I might give that a try later, but he rated the pizza a 5 out of 10. He said, it's pizza, it'll do the trick, but it's not that Sorrento's pizza that you might have come to love. So as far as drinks, I really can't rate the drinks on board. I've only had one drink, and it was at the brand new Pesky Parrot. Now, the Pesky Parrot is the very first, it's a new bar concept for Royal Caribbean, and they're testing it out here on Utopia of the Seas. It is a really, really cute venue. I will go back there tonight and have a drink, but they have some nice priced drinks. So the lowest price drink on the menu was $10. It was more like a rum punch, which is what I had. It was pretty tasty. So I appreciate having a lower price cocktail option available, and it's just a really cool, fun atmosphere. So definitely check out the Pesky Parrot. All right, so let's move on to our cabin. So for our cabin on board, first off, there's a wide range of cabins on board Royal Caribbean Utopia of the Seas. And if you're looking to book Utopia of the Seas, keep in mind I am a travel advisor with Major Adventures Travel Agency. I would love to absolutely help you find the perfect cabin for you and your family on board Utopia of the Seas or any other cruise ship, cruise line. I would love to help you, so definitely reach out. My information is in the description. But for this particular sailing, we did receive a Royal Up offer, which, if you guys don't know, it is an upgrade system with Royal Caribbean. We went from a standard interior cabin into a Promenade interior cabin, which gave us a lot more space. It gave us 2 couches in the cabin, just a really nice space. But I have to say, I'm going to rate my Promenade interior cabin a 5 out of 10. And that is solely because of the noise level. And it's not a cabin that gets dark, because everything that's happening in the Promenade, you can kind of see illuminated into the cabin at night. And as I mentioned before, with this being more of the party ship for Royal Caribbean, a lot of the activities happen later in the evening. So I'm an early sleeper. I go to bed pretty early. And so once I'm in bed at 9:30, probably 11 o'clock, the parties are jumping. And so I can hear that through my cabin. So keep that in mind. Be very strategic on how you select your cabin. But again, they offer all types of cabins. You have the Promenade interior. You have your boardwalk interior cabins, or your boardwalk balcony cabins. You have your Central Park balcony cabins. You have your standard ocean view cabins. You have suites. You have all kinds of different cabin types. So I do love the variety of cabins available on this ship and across Royal Caribbean's fleet. So the kids area. So you guys know we are a family channel, and of course, I have to highlight and share with you guys some of the kids' activities, some of the things that they have going on the ship. And as I said, they do offer kids clubs through Adventure Ocean, which is complimentary. It's included in your cruise fare. And I can't rate it because I don't have little ones on board with me right now, but I'm sure it's going to be a 10 out of 10. kids absolutely love Adventure Ocean. Again, it's complimentary when you get on board. Go check in, register your kid, and you can drop them off at certain points of the day, and they'll have fun activities and things there in a safe environment. So highly recommend that. I would also say that there's lots of activities for the kids. You have the arcade. The arcade is an upcharge, but you could add some money to their CPAS card, allow them to go to the arcade. Again, you have that Playscape for the kids. You have the dry side. You have the water park. You have so many different activities for the kids. They also have a theater within Adventure Ocean on this ship where they have nightly shows and activities there in the theater. And they also did last night like a special family Illuminati, I think it's what it was called, in the Studio B, which was an activity or a show for families and young children. So I think that's pretty cool. So lots and lots of activities for the family. They also had a family fun event on the boardwalk yesterday, which was a lot of fun. They had different games available. They had balloon animals. They had face paint. Now they did have some carnival like food. They had cupcakes, which were complimentary. They also had cotton candy, and they also had they had cotton candy and they had popcorn. Those were an upcharge. So cotton candy was $3 and popcorn was $2.50. So keep that in mind. But lots and lots of fun activities for the family. All right, the crew and the service. So I will say, overall, I'm going to rate the service, the crew on board, 10 out of 10. Having come off another cruise line, you can check back in the vlogs to see which cruise line I'm referring to, where I felt like there wasn't a balance of experience versus inexperience or new crew members. I find that the crew on board, they know what they're doing. They know what they're talking about. They can direct you. They're extremely helpful. They're very friendly. Absolutely no issues with the crew on board. They're extremely friendly. My only pet peeve or only, I guess, concern, not really a concern, is when you're in the main dining room, they really put on a true pomp and circumstance as you're entering to welcome you, which some people don't mind. But also when you're dining, they're constantly coming over to ask, are you okay? How's the food? If they see you don't like something, they're going to ask you, why didn't you like it? And they're going to want to try to get you something else. Some people will say that's not a bad thing. But if you're a person that just kind of wants to eat, chill, relax, and just, be to yourself, that can be a little annoying. So not really a bad thing. But for me personally, it was something that was a little bit of an annoyance. But again, I would still rate the crew, the staff, 10 out of 10. Now, the cruise director, I have not really seen the cruise director much. I know during the sail away she was present. I've heard her on the intercom, but I have not really seen the cruise director, so I really can't rate the cruise director. But overall, the team on board, they're meshing well. Service is great. I haven't had any slow service. And everyone's just really warm and friendly. So 10 out of 10 for the crew and staff on board Utopia of the Seas. All right, the internet. So guys, this is my 56th cruise, and I have to say that this is the fastest internet I've ever had on a cruise ship. It is phenomenal. Now they are using the Starlink service, and you can pre-purchase your, it's called Boom Wi-Fi. You can reserve that on the Royal Caribbean app or on the cruise planner before the cruise or once on board. It's a little cheaper if you do it in advance. And you can select up to 4 different devices, I think maybe 6 devices now, depending on your package. But they have a streaming service, and guys, it streams, it uploads, it is great. As a content creator, I appreciated the fact that I was able to upload a full-length vlog, a 50-minute full-length vlog within an hour, which is unheard of on a cruise ship. So be sure to check out that embarkation day vlog for Utopia of the Seas. But yeah, it was the internet, 10 out of 10. Definitely, if you need internet and you're needing to work from the ship or anything like that, I highly recommend that you pre-reserve the Voom internet. You won't be disappointed. And I think that's about it. I will be able to come back later on and rate like disembarkation. They do have it to where you can schedule your disembarkation in advance. For us, it automatically gave us a disembarkation time. So depending on what you enter in for your check-in process, if you have an early flight, they're going to give you an earlier disembarkation time or a number, so you know when to come down. They will alert you in the app. I'll let you guys know how that process is in the vlogs. But just wanted to come give you my initial impressions of Utopia of the Seas. The biggest question that I'm getting right now, is this a family-friendly ship? I'm going to say yes, but I'm also going to say yes coming off of a 4-day cruise and not necessarily the 3-day cruise, because I've heard the 3-day cruise is more of a party cruise. So lots of fun family activities, but there's also a lot of adult activities, fun activities, late night activities for those of you who want that. So overall, I've enjoyed my time on board Utopia of the Seas. I would rate this sailing probably 8.5 to 9 out of 10. Really, no major issues. I've enjoyed being on board. I will say though, if you're coming on board and you've already sailed Oasis class, don't come on expecting like this huge wow factor, because it truly is just like the other Oasis class ships, just a bit newer, and there are a couple of couple other aspects to the ship. But overall, it's a beautiful ship. Highly recommend it. I recommend it for families, for those who want to come out and party, have a good time, couples, anyone who wants to have a good time. Royal Caribbean did this ship justice. They did it well, and I'm enjoying my time on board. If you have any questions about Utopia of the Seas or Royal Caribbean in general, or any cruise line, feel free to drop those in the comments, and I will be sure to try to respond to you. But yeah, let me know if you're cruising Utopia of the Seas here soon. And yeah, I'm going to get back to it right now, but I just wanted to bring you guys this quick review. I appreciate you guys watching. So until next cruise, I will see you guys later.